whether to do it here or there. And I was just like, I didn't know if they wanted to do it there or here.
Are they gonna go in here too?
No. all you do. We're gonna be dumb like. You can put that in your locker. And then you'll have the other one in there. Okay.
And I do all this,
Ever since I was a kid, but I'm a local kid, so you would think I would have rooted for the Redskins / Commanders. Everyone knows those, Bradshaw, Winslow, and all those
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That old to remember
Me,
those
Joe
days.
Green,
Absolutely. I remember the
Frank.
commercial. And so,
You
right,
know, Bradshaw.
he's a character.
Yeah,
Right
but
now,
he's
you're
just become
muted.
like a caricature. He was such a stud. Now he's like a joke.
But I think he's in on the joke, which is
Yeah.
sort of good.
Yeah.
Right now, you're muted. When it's
Do I-
time to go on, you press that button and
Oh.
it's green and you're on.
Do you want
to just be on now?
No.
Okay.
But
So you're muted
I'll
right
do
now.
that. What about this one?
That one is...
You control or?
No, you control. And so...
So that might be a little bit difficult. Okay. No, that's yeah. Oh, yeah. Good.
And
Good
for
idea.
this one, the mute button is up here.
secretary and the administrator.
Good morning, everybody. Please have a seat. And first and foremost, welcome to TSA headquarters. This is our first DHS event of this scale in this headquarters, and it's just really our privilege to host the Secretary's Awards here and to recognize the effort of you and your entire team in conducting the Secretary's Awards ceremonies all over the country. It's been a huge hit with our workforce to be able to participate more fully in the award ceremonies and to do it in different locations around the country. I'd like to offer congratulations to all the award winners and also my congratulations and thanks to all the family members. I mean, one of the huge benefits of doing ceremonies in this manner is we're able to have family members join us. And family members obviously and clearly contribute substantially to the department's mission. And so I thank you for all that. Mr. Secretary, I thank you for your leadership, and let me turn the floor over to you, sir.
So thank you so much. I'm really excited. David mentioned, and I want to thank and recognize David for your extraordinary leadership, a career of service like so many of you of giving to our country. It's apt, it's appropriate that we recognize the family members at the beginning. We are going to be extending awards to individuals and to teams. And the great thing about the individuals is they represent a team in and of themselves, and the teams represent an even broader team, because the accomplishments of one certainly cannot be done without the contributions of so many. And the people we recognize today are shining examples of the phenomenal work that's done throughout this department every single day. And I'm so proud to work alongside of and be a part of the personnel in the Department of Homeland Security. So with that, I see in the gathering today quite a number of friends I haven't seen in quite some time. So it's great to see friends, and it's great to see all of you today. And I hope I have the chance to meet each and every one of you at the end of our award ceremony. Janine, please.
My name is Janine Corrado. I'm the Chief of Staff and Management Directorate at DHS, and I'll be serving as your MC today. For the first time, the DHS Secretary's Awards are being presented at regional ceremonies across the country, acknowledging the exceptional work being done across the department by DHS employees. In doing so, we will tell your stories of accomplishments, contributions, and in some cases, heroic acts, all in the name of public service. We are honored to serve alongside of you and to have this special time to recognize your work. Today, we will recognize individuals and teams who have made outstanding contributions to the Department of Homeland Security and to our nation. During this ceremony, we will share a brief description of the award categories and your accomplishments. When you hear your name called, please stand and remain standing until the award citation is read. At the end, you may be seated, and we will have an award presentation with the Secretary at the conclusion of this portion of the ceremony.
Janine, if I could, before you jump in, I think we are recognizing in these award ceremonies around the country more than 850 individuals, which is the most that we have done in the history of these awards. If we could recognize 250,000, we most certainly would. We will do so over time. And in the meantime, I'll try to give as much administrative leave as others will, allow me.
And sir, Sir, if I could make one correction, the secretary will read the award citation and then your name will be read. Please stand when your name is called. And sir, let's go ahead and get started. Our first category is the Secretary's Award for Team Excellence. This award recognizes any unit within the department, such as a component, directorate, office, division, or section, with outstanding team achievements in operational areas such as law enforcement, aviation, cybersecurity, border patrol, hiring, acquisition, and information technology. The work will have resulted in measurable improvements in training and development and will have demonstrated an investment in the workforce to make it more capable. The work of the unit will include superior performance and significant operational improvements and/or notable innovation in support of DHS missions.
In May of 2021, a major refined products pipeline was targeted in a ransomware attack, disrupting fuel supplies to the eastern seaboard. This was really, I think, one of the first times that a ransomware attack galvanized and captured the attention of the American public from coast to coast. The TSA Surface Policy Division spearheaded TSA's response to the incident, sharing threat information with stakeholders and developing 2 security directives to address the vulnerabilities revealed by the attack. The efforts of the TSA team, along with partners from the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Cybersecurity Division, have raised the level of cybersecurity throughout the pipeline industry and reflect great credit on the Department of Homeland Security. Please join me in congratulating the Pipeline Security Directive team from the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, Mark Bristow and Brian Dewingert, and from the Transportation Security Administration, Nina Case, Gary Click, David Cooper, Paul Evanson, Kevin Gaddis, Scott Gorton, Nikki Hardin, Tri Hong, Michael Esper, David Kazmanoff, Hans Kessler, Tracy Clem, Ashley Marks, Robert McGuire, Megan McKinney, Jacob Mell, Charles Phillips, Susan Prognitz, Raymond Reese, David Ross, Farida Salama, Jay Shah, and Jim Taylor. Congratulations. And my apology if I mispronounce any names. I apologize for that. I understand the feeling very, very well. In June 2021, as a result of months of dedicated and focused cross-component collaboration, USCIS issued and implemented new policy guidance providing deferred action and employment authorization to non-citizens living in the United States who have pending bona fide petitions for U non-immigrant status and who merit a favorable exercise of discretion. This new process provides vital support to U visa petitioners and law enforcement agencies who rely on the U non-immigrant program as a tool to encourage non-citizens to report crimes and provide ongoing assistance as cases move through the criminal justice process. Please join me in congratulating from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, Benish Bibi Anver, Deborah Benedict, Linda Doherty, Celia Hicks, Corinne Nonsent, Andrea Strano, Iba Talawi, Scott Whelan, and Colleen Zingatepangoa. Congratulations. I want people to reflect on the fact that, what we do in the Department of Homeland Security is impact people's lives, and impact people's lives for the better. I think it is a privilege to be able to do work in one's career that makes life better for others. It's not something that everybody has the opportunity to do or chooses to do, and I hope that all of you, especially over this holiday, we can just reflect on the fact that you are one of those people recognized today, and hopefully feel recognized every single day. It's monumental, the work that is done throughout this Department of Homeland Security, and I hope you carry that pride and sense of fulfillment and sense of impact with you each and every day. Janine?
Secretary. Our next award is the Secretary's Award for Innovation. The Secretary's Award for Innovation recognizes individuals or teams that employ a strategic and enterprise-wide approach to strengthen the Department of Homeland Security mission and its operations. The nominee should exhibit an ongoing record of high standards of achievement and innovation. The work of the nominee or nominees may have resulted in superior performance and/or significant operational improvements in the manner of which capabilities are developed and deployed. The nominee's achievements or contributions should include in maximizing the effectiveness of people, processes, and technologies, providing wise stewardship of resources, and enhancing the capabilities of components and DHS employees.
The Acquisition and Procurement Streamlining Integrated Product Team developed the processes that allowed rapid acquisition of critical safety equipment during the COVID-19 pandemic. This team was able to reduce the procurement time for the plexiglass shields from 1 year to 90 days, resulting in a 75% reduction in time to contract award. The plexiglass shields provided a protective barrier between transportation security officers and the traveling public and maintained social distancing to reduce the likelihood of spreading the virus. Please join me in congratulating, from the Transportation Security Administration, the Acquisition and Procurement Streamlining Integrated Product Team. Eric Backlund, Andrew Cordova, Charles Epwright, John Gatewood, Jonathan Glickhouse, Gary Gorell, Marvin Grubbs, Joseph Ilar, Dale Mason, Kevin Newton, Brett Nichols, Paul Novak, Amy Olson, Eric Rekstad, Jerry Schmidt, Christopher Steele, and Anthony Tsansistros. The USCIS Case Scanning Portal Stacks Enterprise Team showcased innovation and collaboration across the directorates within USCIS by facilitating the swift, necessary movement of a predominantly paper-based caseload into an electronic format after a catastrophic event, ensuring the agency continued to deliver. Brian Broderick, Meredith Davis, Heather Hollick, Andrew Jensen, and Robert Paulette. And digital identity solutions. In collaboration with a deep network of interagency and industry partners, including CBP, S&T, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, standards organizations, airlines, airports, and identity technology providers, IDM has jump-started TSA's adoption of identity technologies that will impact millions of travelers per day, transforming the way Americans experience commercial air travel and aviation security for years to come. IDM team's technical acumen and inclusive, standards-based approach exemplifies its ability to implement innovative technologies on expedited timelines with a complex array of public and private sector stakeholders while fostering open communication and collaboration in pursuit of transformational objectives. Please join me in congratulating, from the Transportation Security Administration, the the Identity Management Team. Kelly Beeger, Jay Blanco, Daniel Boyd, Chang Ellison, and Jason Lim. USCIS masterfully oversaw the development. Something tells me USCIS wrote this.
Yes, sir.
USCIS masterfully oversaw the development of the first concurrent online filing for two high-profile forms, the applications for temporary protected status and employment authorization. Strategic collaboration across several USCIS components produced a quickly adopted process that virtually eliminates rejections, inputs cases into the processing queue faster than paper filing, and boosts public confidence in the USCIS online account. This is something that I worked on when I was the director of USCIS, and the progress that this team has accomplished is amazing. Please join me in congratulating from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, Jocelyn Aquino, Erica Botts, Irene Chen, Aparna Dache, Wendy Della, Scott Massey, Kathleen McGuire, Erica Mendoza, Guillermo Roman Rifkol, Durrell Scott, and Janae Teal. This next award recognizes the outstanding teamwork exhibited by the joint CWMD and CBP Radiation Portal Monitor Replacement Program team that developed, tested, and achieved full rate production for the first new radiation portal monitor systems in a generation. These new systems will significantly improve CBP's operational effectiveness and efficiency in protecting the nation from the threat of nuclear terrorism. Please join me in congratulating the Radiation Portal Monitor Replacement Program System Performance Evaluation Team. From the Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction Office, Alex Abetria, John Blackadar, John Heavener, Luke Murphy, Shauna Riddick, and Nicholas Sean. And from Customs and Border Protection, Kathleen McCormick. Congratulations. A small, all-volunteer team stood up a robotic process automation effort developing a bot to handle contract deobligations, significantly enhancing procurement, budget, and financial management systems and processes. What resulted is an attended complex bot that interfaces with multiple software applications, internal and external stakeholders, and performs official record changes to internal and external government-wide records systems. Please join me in congratulating from Customs and Border Protection the Robotics Process Automation Bot Team, Chwalik Bartek, Joseph Millard, Roni Brian Namata, Christopher Nye, and Camilla Schmidt. A team of U.S. Customs and Border Protection information technology and business specialists were responsible for the development of the robotic process automation tuna bot. The tuna bot is used to automate the process of prorating entry summaries that qualify for the tuna opening moment tariff reductions. The tuna bot saved the quota and agricultural branch and the Agriculture and Prepared Product Center over 14,000 tedious manual data entry keystrokes in 2021, eliminated human errors, saved the U.S. government $20,000 in interest charges, and provided refunds to the trade community months earlier than usual by enabling qualifying entry summaries to be processed without delay. Please join me in congratulating from Customs and Border Protection, the Robotics Process Automation Tunabot Modernization Team. Gregory Beam, Douglas Beebe, Leanne Bigelow, Melinda Crea, Sabrina Crisp, Helbia Griffin-Jones, Joseph Kane, Asanitha Kennedy, Adam Malinowski, Manisha Miglani, Julia Peterson, Ajay Pogat, John Raymer, and Andrew Vielhaber. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services was challenged to offer live assistance to every customer in the face of increased inquiry volumes. The Office of the Citizenship and Immigration Services Ombudsman and USCIS worked collaboratively to develop innovative approaches to support engagement on the availability of online immigration benefit resources. A myriad of engagements were designed to enhance the customer service experience for applicants, petitioners, attorneys, legal representatives, and immigrant-serving organizations. Please join me in congratulating the USCIS CIS Ombudsman Customer Service Working Group from the Office of the Citizenship and Immigration Services Ombudsman, Phyllis Coven, Nathaniel Stiefel, Alyssa McGovern, Veronica Vau, Bertha Anderson, Stacy Shore, Ciro Parascandola, Michael Anca, Rachel Ellis, Rafael Galvez, and Edgar Munoz. And from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, Brain Christian, Al Escalis, Opayemi Oshinayi, Vashon Citizen, Bianca Fitzpatrick, Mary Herman, Brett Gregg, Sheena Holman, Jim Scanlon, Miriam Hillman, Eric Coleman, Andrew Geary, Jessica Membreno, Daniel Tepper, Rick West, Alex Baden, Prabha Rajendran, Samford Scharf, Terrence Oye, Gracie Contreras, Jana Evans, and Leah Stewart.
Our next award is the Secretary's Award for Leadership Excellence. This award recognizes one employee who exemplifies the Department of Homeland Security's leadership philosophy, principles, and core values of integrity, vigilance, and respect, has led an effective team to achieve results, inspires and motivates others by example to work collaboratively and creatively, and mentors personnel towards their highest potential.
Trade Intelligence Mission Center Chief Scott Eads demonstrated exceptional leadership throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Chief Eads and his team's commitment to countering illicit trade was a critical component of the nation's whole of government effort to detect, identify, and interdict the importation of counterfeit and substandard personal protective equipment and medicines. By identifying and interdicting these illegitimate and dangerous goods, Chief Eads and his team preserved the integrity of medical supply chains and ensured the health and safety of the American people. Please join me in congratulating from Customs and Border Protection, Office of Trade, Scott Eads.
Our next award is the Secretary's Champion of Equity Award. This award recognizes an employee who has excelled in efforts to promote diversity at DHS through outstanding leadership and innovation. It acknowledges individual efforts exclusively within DHS or external partners who assist DHS in meeting our commitment to diversity.
Known for inspiring and delivering high-quality, innovative engagement activities, Curtis Atkinson inspired a video series of 20 employees sharing stories about their family and immigration journey and how the experience shaped their work. Curtis encouraged his team to incorporate personal experiences and challenges addressing cultural differences in and outside the workplace. He also directed efforts to promote diversity and social awareness through pre-recorded panel discussions tackling controversial topics impacting employees' everyday lives. Viewers stated these initiatives made a lasting impact by connecting them to other employees, their daily work, and the agency mission. Please join me in congratulating, from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, Curtis Atkinson.
The Secretary's Meritorious Service Silver Medal Award. This award is the second highest award presented by the Secretary and recognizes outstanding leadership, superior public service, or usually significant contributions to strengthening Homeland Security. New to this category are GS-11 and Wage Grade 8 employees serving in administrative, technical, clerical, and general support positions. This award may recognize a body of work regarding remarkable innovation or notable resourcefulness and diligence that improve the effectiveness of one or more DHS missions.
Director Teresa Randazzo, Customs and Border Protection, Office of Trade, oversees the Forced Labor Division, FLD, under Director Randazzo's leadership. The FLD investigates allegations of forced labor that are tied to U.S. imports. With Director Randazzo's focused guidance, the FLD was able to significantly strengthen U.S. economic and border security by seizing or detaining more than 1,000 shipments of foreign produced goods that violated U.S. forced labor laws before they could enter U.S. commerce. This is about defending the dignity of people. Please join me in congratulating, from Customs and Border Protection, Teresa Randazzo. Michael Gachis. Have I pronounced that name? Gachis. Michael Gachis, Acting Deputy Chief Counsel for Litigation, and Stephen Lewengrub, Acting Assistant Chief Counsel for Employment and Labor Litigation at TSA, negotiated, drafted, and implemented an agreement with the Merit System Protection Board, MSPB, to provide MSPB appeal rights to TSOs consistent with the directive set by the Secretary on June 3rd, 2021. Mr. Gachis and Mr. Lewengrub collaborated with MSPB leadership to secure MSPB's agreement to hear TSO appeals for the first time in TSA's 20-year history and secured necessary funding to support MSPB's ability to handle the additional caseload. As a result of their efforts and advocacy, TSOs have MSPB appeal rights effective September 26, 2021, advancing the mission of the department by significantly improving the employment experience for TSA's approximately 45,000 person frontline workforce. Their work exemplifies the department's leadership philosophy and principles of integrity, vigilance, and respect by putting TSA's screening workforce employees first through enhanced personnel policies that significantly improve employee satisfaction and foster an environment of employee engagement and mutual respect. Please join me in congratulating, from the Transportation Security Administration, Michael Gachis and Stephen Lewengrub. I want to also, again, recognize the leader of TSA, David Pekoski, for his support of the TSA personnel in supporting Michael and Stephen's work to make sure that employees have the rights that they deserve. Ms. Dung An developed parole procedures to implement the President's executive order to reunify separated families. On February 2nd, 2021, President Biden signed Executive Order 14011, Establishment of Interagency Task Force on the Reunification of Families. The task force was charged with reuniting families that had been separated under the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy. Ms. An has worked tirelessly to provide exemplary support to the Family Reunification Task Force applicants, ACLU plaintiffs, and other DHS stakeholders. Her achievements provide the foundation for the DHS mission to reunify separated families through the application of the Secretarial Parole Authority. Please join me in congratulating from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, Dung An.
The Secretary's Meritorious Service Gold Medal Award. This is the highest award for service granted by the Secretary of Homeland Security. The award honors exceptional leadership or service that is distinguished by achievements of unique national or international significance, reflecting great credit on the Department of Homeland Security by markedly improving the security of our homeland.
Former Executive Director Ana Hinojosa of Customs and Border Protection, Office of Trade, demonstrated outstanding leadership to achieve meaningful gains of both national and international significance in border and economic security. Ms. Hinojosa's efforts to address emerging threats related to forced labor enforcement were crucial to preserving U.S. prosperity and economic security. Additionally, Ms. Hinojosa's proactive engagement with the National Security Council, Congress, the media, and representatives of foreign governments regarding numerous politically sensitive enforcement matters supported and reflected positively upon the Department of Homeland Security and its mission. Please join me in congratulating from Customs and Border Protection, Ana Hinojosa. The Federal Law Enforcement Training Centers, or FLETC's, COVID-19 leadership team ensured the continuous delivery of new federal law enforcement personnel to the field, despite the unprecedented circumstances of a global pandemic. The FLETC COVID-19 leadership team leveraged new operational processes, created robust screening procedures, administered COVID-19 testing to staff and students, spearheaded vaccine distribution on site at FLETC campuses, and manage short pauses in training to maximize safety while ensuring mission continuity. Because of their efforts, between September 1, 2020 and July 31, 2021, more than 35,000 law enforcement officers, deputies, and agents received the training they needed to work in the operational environments of their agencies. Please join me in congratulating from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, the FLETC COVID-19 leadership team, Mark Sutter and Friend Walker. In her role as Assistant Administrator for the newly established Office of Surface Operations, Sonia Proctor created, developed, and established the federal government's strategic direction for surface transportation, physical and cybersecurity. She created and led groundbreaking efforts coordinating transportation security efforts across the surface landscape, which includes approximately 10 billion passenger trips on public transportation and motor coaches, 14 billion tons of cargo carried by truck, rail, and maritime, and 3,000 domestic pipeline systems. Please join me in congratulating from the Transportation Security Administration, Sonia Proctor. This team of 9 employees from across the users RAO Directorate demonstrated remarkable innovation, resourcefulness, and diligence in spearheading USCIS's efforts to supplement Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee Resettlement Reunification Case Management in response to the 2021 influx of unaccompanied children at the southwest border. Utilizing the DHS volunteer force, the team deployed USCIS employees as site coordinators to facilitate on-site coordination with FEMA and ORR to stand up the first ever ORR virtual case management program for unaccompanied children housed in HHS emergency intake sites. The team managed and trained a team of nearly 400 employees that virtually interviewed 14,000 unaccompanied children and their sponsors. Nearly 11,000 children were reunified with family and sponsors in the United States as a direct result of USCIS's efforts. Please join me in congratulating from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the USCIS HHS Unaccompanied Child Virtual Case Management Team, Manpreet Danjal, Sarah Duff, Kevin Ferdowsi, Lamika McGee, Preston Micah, Vincent Nguyen, Joseph Reschke, Anna Corio, and Noel Young. Two things that come immediately to mind. Number one, another federal agency is in need of help and expertise, innovation and vision, and the Department of Homeland Security is called upon to provide it. Secondly, the volunteer workforce. Having seen volunteerism across the federal enterprise, this department shines when it comes to the call for help and the response that this department delivers.
Our final award category is the Secretary's Award for Valor. This award is the highest recognition for extraordinary acts of valor occurring either on or off duty. The employee will have demonstrated a selfless response by performing courageously in a highly dangerous or life-threatening situation to protect another's life or to save significant assets or infrastructure from harm.
On June 11th, 2021, Baltimore Field Office Acting Assistant Federal Security Director of Law Enforcement and Supervisory Federal Air Marshal Daniel Brown performed an extraordinary act of valor, responding to a be on the lookout of a suspected subject of armed rape and kidnapping of children on the Baltimore Thurgood Marshall Airport property. Daniel's immediate response put him as the first officer on the scene. He identified the armed subject and engaged him at gunpoint without hesitancy. Daniel took control of the scene and the subject until additional law enforcement backup arrived. His instantaneous, selfless, and courageous actions prevented an emerging active threat situation at BWI. Daniel's instinctive response reflects credit upon himself, the Transportation Security Administration, the Department of Homeland Security, and our country. Please join me in congratulating from the Transportation Security Administration, Federal Air Marshal Service, Daniel Brown.
Thank you to all of our awardees for sharing your talents, making a commitment to public service, and representing the Department of Homeland Security in the highest manner. Let's have another round of applause for all of our awardees. It's now my honor to turn the podium over to the Secretary for some final remarks.
Thanks very much, Janine. The individuals we honor for the work that they have performed is just emblematic of the extraordinary personnel throughout this department and the incredible work that you do every single day. Thanks so very much for everything you do. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, if I could just take a moment again and thank TSA. Mr. Prokosky, your staff has been absolutely extraordinary, and I really can't speak to it because I haven't been here, but Greg Halter, where Greg is in the back of the room, who has absolutely spearheaded this ceremony over the past several weeks with your staff, and on the emails I've seen, it's just been extraordinary teamwork, and so thank you to TSA for being gracious hosts to us today. We've been doing these ceremonies around the country, as we mentioned when we started, and we literally just drop in and ask for everybody to stop what they're doing and their incredibly busy schedules to help make these events happen in very, very little time. So it's been a very heartfelt effort, and we couldn't do it without our partnerships in the field and in the components. So thank you very much, sir. At this time, we'd like to close this portion of our ceremony, invite all the awardees and your families to come up front for pictures with the Secretary. So with that, we'll just take a moment to transition. And again, thank you for everybody joining us today and for everyone on live stream for sharing in this very special event. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, everybody.